Hello, everybody. We have not had weather extra in a while, and the reason why we haven't had a weather extra is because we're in the process of remodeling this whole area back here. And I am in this like tight little corner, and I feel like I'm a little dark, but a bird just flew by in East Limestone. Did you say on the camera? It was pretty cool. Anyway, let's do a weather extra. I haven't done one of these in a while. So on air at 5 and 6 tonight, I'm here for Jada. Jada will be here for the 10 o'clock newscast. But a quick update on what's about to happen across the area. Clouds have moved in. All that sunshine we had today, which helped temperatures warm up to an incredible mid-60s across the area. Cloud cover's here, and it's going to be part of a frontal boundary that's going to bring a big drastic change. By the time we get to tomorrow morning about 5 or 6 a.m., 63 in East Limestone will be like 28. It's a huge drop. It's about a 35 to 40 degree drop in the next 12 to 15 hours. So big change on the way. I said earlier this week when I was filling in for Eric Burke, 2 seasons in one weekend, spring like Saturday, winter like Sunday, and neither one of them the actual season that we're in because it's technically still fall. So huge change on the way. Temperatures right now are mainly 60s, though a few 50s now sprinkled in. And speaking of sprinkles, there's a few little light rain showers to our south. The front position just to our north. It should move through here during the evening. So what happens is a lot of people, and you're all very smart about the weather and you get it, and you say, okay, I see some light rain showers. I know temperatures are going to drop like a rock tonight. Are we going to worry about some kind of icy situation overnight? The way this will likely play out is that if we get a few rain showers or sprinkles or drizzle or whatever it falls as, it will fall in the evening when the temperatures are still in the 50s. By midnight, which will be our high temperature for Sunday, in the books at 40, and then dropping overnight. It looks like there'll be enough time in between any showers and when the Arctic air gets here. So therefore, like if you have a wet road at like 11 p.m., when the colder air comes in, there's going to be some winds. It should all dry the roads out well in advance of when the temperatures actually drop back below freezing. And your road surface temperatures aren't even close to freezing right now because we just had a 67 degree day or a 64 degree day depending on your location. So even though there might be a little light rain this evening, we should be okay in terms of icy conditions overnight. But the temperatures are certainly the headline. When that front moves through, which will do so in a little while, the Arctic air lags behind just a bit, but it should arrive just in time for church services tomorrow, and it's a whole different world tomorrow. Today, 60s, big drop tomorrow. In fact, this graphic I show here brings in a lot of cloud cover tonight. Once the clouds break up, it's game on and temperature drops fast. So you could still be above freezing at 2 a.m., but by 5 a.m., most locations will be in the upper 20s. That's a tremendous difference. And then on Sunday, instead of warming, we just stay put. We barely move. What makes it worse is the winds will be gusting out of the north at about 15 miles per hour, gust to 25. So we issued a 48 first alert weather day just because it's going to be so much colder than it has been. The 25, 27, 29 that you see on that graphic will probably feel more like 10 in the afternoon. Might want to start the drips on the faucets tonight and keep it going all the way until Monday through morning hours. Temperatures will likely be below freezing for about 24 to 30 hours. So this is it's a quick hit of cold, but it's an intense cold, especially for this time of year. It's usually more like a January pattern that we see a day like this. But December, not so much. In fact, December 14th, the high temperature tomorrow will go in the books as 40 degrees because it's going to be at midnight when we're all sleeping. We're getting ready to go to bed. But to have a day that stays in the 20s all day long, it's happened like one time in Huntsville International Airport since records have been kept on December 14th. That was back in 1985. We had a high temperature of 27. The day was in the 20s all day long. That's the only time it's ever happened on December 14th. So this is rarefied air, so to speak, to have a day this cold in mid-December for our area. Has it been in the 20s in December before? Yes, but on December 14th, it's only happened once. So this is very, very chilly stuff as we go into the day tomorrow. Obviously, we have talked about it at length all week long. Then you have a bone-chilling cold night Sunday night. Remember, National Weather Service has issued a cold weather advisory for the area. It's for North Alabama Sunday night and a Monday, but Middle Tennessee has been included for temperatures tonight, actually, into the morning tomorrow. The way it all breaks down, it's just cold. So 14 for the low Sunday night, very chilly. And wind chill values Sunday night into Monday morning, which means at the bus stop Monday or going to work on Monday will feel like about 5 or 6 because it's still going to be pretty breezy. But temperatures will actually respond to some sunshine Monday, and it's the start of trying to break the cold pattern. 41 is still really chilly, but it's a lot better than 26. And then your low temperature Monday night back below freezing again, and then moderating temperatures. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. By Thursday, it comes with some rainfall, but you're back to the 60s. A little setback on Friday, and then bam, right back up there again. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And it looks like a few showers for the following Monday may bring us back down temperature-wise. But overall, big picture forecast models, this is a blast of really cold air tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday night, lingering into Monday. But the forecast models for really almost the rest of the month keep us at or above average, which would take us through the Christmas holiday at temperatures that could be around like 60 degrees on Christmas Day, maybe a few showers. And maybe be until almost like the last couple of days of December that we see our next push of some colder air. And it does not look nearly as cold as what we're going to have for tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday night. So if you're not a fan of the cold, give it a couple days. We're going to go right back up the mountain again as we get back to the 60s by Thursday. And next weekend, right now, early call for next weekend looks amazing if you like it warm and sunny in December. If that forecast holds to fruition and comes true, mid-60s Saturday and Sunday, so that last weekend before Christmas won't feel Christmas-like, but the weather will certainly cooperate if you have any last-minute errands you have to run or you got some Christmas parties to go to. It looks like the weather will be quite delightful, actually, so be all right. All right, thank you all for joining in. Appreciate the eyeballs on. I usually respond back to any kind of questions or concerns, but this is pretty much a straight-up forecast. I think I tried to answer just about everything that you might be thinking about. I addressed the precipitation, the longevity of the cold, 24 to 30 hours, drip. Make sure you drip, 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 drip. No way that bill dripping on your water bill is going to cost nearly as much as if you have a pipe burst. If you're someone like me who's in the process of selling their home, the last thing I want is a pipe bursting before I close on my home. So, yeah, that would be good. Pets, get them inside. Always a good thing. And also, today was a good day to get out there and inflate those tires, make sure your PSI on your tires are high. With rapid drop in temperature like this, many of you, my truck, every time we have a drop in temperature like this, I will come to work tomorrow, and I promise you, whether it's when I come to work or when I leave work here tomorrow, my tires, PSI will have dropped, and I will probably be going home on lower than air than I need, or I'm going to have to stop over across the street and get some air before I go home, because usually your tires will lose a little air when you have a rapid temperature drop like this. So I call it a PSI forecast. All right, I am on air at 5, so I got to get going. My show's pretty much built. I built it this morning when I worked this morning. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, you can put them on here. I usually read some of them back while I'm on air at 5 to see if anybody has a question. If not, join us at 5 o'clock. We'll have the very latest on all the happenings with the weather, but also covering some news and also covering some sports for you. Stay warm tomorrow. You know, make it an indoor day. Have a soup day. Make it a board game day. Or if you're going to go outside, put a heavy jacket on. Either way, can't avoid the cold, but the 48 First Alert Weather Day, Brad called for it on Friday, and you know, is it severe weather? But it's cold and impactful, and it's going to definitely be a different kind of day tomorrow than it was today, and you'll go about your plans a bit differently, right? All right, everybody have a good night. Talk soon.